Minister Pistorius, Major General Barre Seguin, ladies and gentlemen of the diplomatic corps, and dear colleagues from the German Bundestag, I am so free and call you colleagues. Let me give you a warm welcome to this year's NATO Talks conference. I'm not early, really, because Miss Riedel will make the introduction. We have quite a strict schedule, which I am going to adhere to. Because we, of course, want to concentrate on the important subjects. We have more than enough of these days. The first time we met 15 years ago in this format under Chancellor Merkel, the subject of Ukraine had gained importance. We had 3 NATO General Secretaries here, Skepper, Rasmussen, Stoltenberg. They were guests at the conference. And this is, of course, very encouraging also for events to come next year when NATO celebrates its 75th anniversary. Because NATO is an organization which is involved in security policy, and the German Atlantic Association is an association which offers a lot of expertise, which has been enjoying a lot of support from the public at large and from experts, and that makes its work so valuable. And we are also glad that the George C. Marshall Center, located in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, is a conference partner this year. So General Wagner, Colonel Hagemann, representatives of the German element of the Marshall Center, thank you for cooperating with us. It is true, the natural surroundings in Garmisch are somewhat more impressive than here in Berlin, but we have mountains too in Berlin, mountains of problems, mountains of challenges. But what Garmisch does not have to offer is anything like the Brandenburg Gate. This conference used to be called NATO Talk Around the Brandenburg Gate. But it gives us a nice outlook. It widens our horizon. So a word of thank you to the Marshall Center for the great support they've been offering and for contributing so much to this conference. Let me also welcome all the regional chiefs, directors, heads of departments, representatives of the public at large, because the public has to be informed. This is of utmost importance, and over the next few years we will have to make sure that the subject security gets discussed in the new federal countries. Basically, this does not only refer to the new Länder, it goes rather for the public in Germany in general. In Saxonia, Saxon-Anhalt, from Berlin's point of view, there might be a tendency to think maybe they are less important. No way, they are not. And we have to send our message out and make sure we reach everyone in a best democratic sense. Today we will be discussing Russia, the war, Putin's goals, the threat to Europe, the terrorist attack on Israel, NATO and Bundeswehr at a turning point in the Zeitenwende, global transcendencies, global rivalry, the challenge represented by China. So this is a whole list of subjects that all need to be discussed in some detail and give us more than enough food for thought and for this conference. I'm very pleased to see that so many experts have joined us. A word of thank you to all of you right away. And a word of thank you to Heiner Braus, who helped prepare this conference and is largely responsible for the agenda. And then let me pass on something to Mr. Pistorius. It happens to me every once in a while. Well, I come across it a lot in my job, that the most difficult challenge we're facing might be those of the Balkans, the situation there, but the most difficult task from my point of view, well, let me in this context thank you for your commitment to our security, for caring about our troops, and I would be happy if after Director Seguin's presentation you will still be available for a Q&A period, because here you're among friends, so this is something we are looking forward to.
Guten Morgen. Willkommen. Ich heiße Barre Seguin. Ich bin der Director George C. Marshall European Center for Security Studies. Entschuldigung, aber ich muss in Englisch sprechen, ja? Ich verstand ein bisschen Deutsch, aber meine Deutsch ist nicht so gut. So, ich muss Deutsch lernen. Ich will Deutsch lernen. Ich muss Deutsch studieren. Entschuldigung, I transition to English. It's truly an honor to be a part of this year's NATO Talks 2023, a first for the George C. Marshall European Center for Security Studies as we team with the German Atlantic Association. I want to extend a very sincere thank you to Herr Christian Schmidt for the willingness to partner with us in this endeavor and in this important dialogue. Thank you so very much, Herr Schmidt. Vielen Dank. We're also grateful to the Chief Executive, Mr. Johannes Lai, of the DAG. I think I got this right in German. So vielen Dank for the partnership leading up to this event and ensuring that this setting, this dialogue, and the importance of it is at the forefront of the security issues that we're encountering together. Vielen Dank. We're also so very grateful to Minister Boris Pistorius. It was a tremendous pleasure to meet you, sir, this morning. Thank you for taking the time out of what I know to be an incredibly busy and demanding schedule to be with us today to set the tone, to address the many challenges transatlantically that we have and that we address on a daily basis between the United States and Germany and beyond. A tremendous privilege to have you. I know your remarks will set the tone for the remainder of the dialogue that we have today. Thank you for taking the time, Minister. We at the Marshall Center, for those of you who are unfamiliar with who and what we are one of 6 United States Department of Defense regional centers in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany, but we're the only one that's partnered with another country. We are a German-American partnership, and this is absolutely foundational to who and what we are and to how we engage with participants worldwide. This relationship goes back 30 years. We were established in June of 1993, so we celebrate our 30th anniversary, and we thank the minister because on the German side, we are part of the Federal Ministry of Defense. We thank the minister for the support of his team, for the guidance we receive, and the alignment with Berlin and the alignment with Washington that makes the dialogue and the partnership and those we engage with worldwide so very credible and important. Vielen Dank, Minister, for that relationship. We're really at a crucial time in history. In this conference, this platform will serve to discuss many of the issues that we find ourselves really at a cataclysmic change in the geostrategic landscape. War has returned to Europe with Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine. We see Hamas in their actions against Israel, in the worldwide outrage with the violence that is occurring in Gaza. We're still confronted with other challenges vis-a-vis Russia. Strategic competition, emerging threats still exist. Cyber poses a tremendous security challenge for us. Irregular warfare and hybrid threats in the gray zone, amongst many others. So I want to thank, in particular, one group of teammates who are with us today. And I see they're all seated together, so this must be a requirement. But we've got a lot of young participants with us. We've got a lot of experience, too, as I look around the room and know the background and bios of many of you. But this young group of participants from YATA, and I was told everyone would understand that, who are with us today, gives us great hope. Those of us who are part of a generation whose hair is the color of mine, we need young minds to be thinking through the many and great security challenges. We need young minds to be thinking through the future of the transatlantic relationship, which is so foundational to our security in the United States, to Germany's security, and beyond. This transatlantic relationship has been the foundation for many, many decades, and my hope is that it will continue to be, regardless of political outcomes in the United States. So, for the English-speaking participants, like myself, there are headsets, and we are doing simultaneous interpretation. So if you desire to listen in English, there's a table at the back if you haven't picked up a headset, so please do so. I'm confident that the talks today focused on the many security challenges that are at the forefront of our nation's collective thinking will contribute to the ongoing discourse here in Europe that we have on a daily basis at the Marshall Center. And I know it will strengthen the future of the transatlantic partnership. Together, we are stronger, and we can only address the complex nature of the security issues that we confront together as we move toward a safer, more secure world based on German and American common values: democracy, freedom, good governance, rule of law, peace and security, conflict prevention, and human rights. Thank you for being with us today, for prioritizing your time with us. I look forward to engaging in the valuable discussions ahead, and I hope you enjoy the day as much as I know I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Schmidt. Director Seguin, a warm welcome from my side. I'm Cathrin Riedel and will be the moderator today. I'm happy to be back with the NATO Talk conference. Let me welcome all the people as well who are listening to us online. This is a very high prestige conference. We are going to discuss NATO, the alliance, and since this is such an important subject, you may also use social media, hashtag NATO 2023. I still call it Twitter. Well, you know what I'm talking about. We are trying to get the most important players together to discuss the global situation, because there are so many conflicts around Nagorno-Karabakh, the border, Serbia, Kosovo, the Sahel, conflict in the South China Sea, war against Ukraine is continuing, and then there is another war which has just come up in the Near East. So it's a wide range of subjects. We will not be able to discuss all of them, but let us concentrate on the most important ones. We will be discussing the war in Ukraine, but also the terrorist attack committed by Hamas. So thank you to the organizers for including this in today's agenda. In the afternoon, after lunch break, we will take a closer look at NATO at a turning point, NATO in the Zeitenwende, and then we will take a final look at the global rivalry and competition and its impact on Europe. But now let me give the floor to you, Minister Pistorius. We are all looking forward to your input. I'm looking forward to asking a few questions afterwards, and then we will open the round and start with a Q&A. Welcome, Minister Pistorius.